22nd of July is just a date. To others, it means something greater than that. But what does it mean to you?
Well, to me and to you and to all Gambians, it's not only a date now. Uh, 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 Today, let me, if I can be proud of being head of the Faculty of Law of the University of the Gambia. The Faculty of Law is a component of the university, of our national university. So to me, it is as a result of 22nd of July that I enjoy this privilege, and I'm happy to anywhere I go to tell people that I am from the University of the Gambia, and in my university we do things this way. You understand? In my university, things go this way. So in other words, I'm proud of associating myself with the University of the Gambia. That I always say in my university. This is because of the July 22nd revolution. You remember we spoke about international humanitarian and significance and its significance just a few days ago, and I told you one of its significance is that international humanitarian law regulates conflicts, armed conflicts, international and domestic conflicts. And one of the important um, aspects of conflict is resolving it, because conflicts are bound to be resolved, otherwise society will collapse. The peace of society will continue to be collapsed for good, and that will not be good for society. So Gambia is known for its leading role in conflict resolution and conflict preventions. We have seen our young men and women in their green khakis and traveling across the African continent to contribute significantly in international peacekeeping missions, international peacemaking missions. Gambia is very, very, very recognized also for its positive role and achievement in negotiations. Just a month or so ago, the president of Senegal came here asking us to be involved in settling the Casamance conflict, even though the Casamance conflict, in my humble opinion, is not our conflict. Is there a conflict? Is there a problem? But because we are known for having very positive record in terms of peace negotiation and peacemaking, our involvement, we were involved in resolving the conflict in Guinea-Bissau. You understand? And elsewhere too. So the same way that we successfully contributed to ending the crisis in Guinea-Bissau and in the problems of the Manu River region, naturally, if we can play the same role, we can do the same thing also to make sure that we positively contribute to the ending of the conflict in Casamance. So July 22nd, to me, means a lot. As somebody who always do research in governance and international relations, I see now where we are in the international system, despite the fact that we are small in size. Some people, in fact, will not believe if you tell them the size of the country, because they have had us in various, areas and fora. But once you give them like 1 point something, they say, what, 1 point something? You're very small, but not the size of the people or the size of the geographical composition of the country. But it's what we do in the international system. The skills of diplomacy, the skills of mediation, the skills of good conduct and good behavior that we demonstrate in the international system that makes us known and recognized by others. Even those that are critical of some of our aspects of governance, they do respect us. So July 22nd is a very important history. It's a very important point in our political history. It marks the beginning of a different Gambia. Even if you do not live in the First Republic, obviously, if you ask people, you come to know that Gambia of today is drastically different from Gambia of yesterday. Even people, the standard of living is becoming more sophisticated. One of the reasons why the country becomes expensive is because standard of living is rising. People are becoming more sophisticated. You understand? People are now seeing modern highways with street lights across the country. People are seeing development in all over the country. Urbanization is rapidly increasing. So July 22nd, therefore, to me, means a lot, and it means a lot to any Gambian. So it's not just a date for others. It is equally important, if not more important than 18 February. Although 18 February is a very important history for us because that was the time that we got our nationhood. But the objective of nationhood, of becoming a nation, I think when it comes to achievement and realization of those objectives, July 22nd means a lot.
Finally, Mr. Senghor, where do you foresee the Gambia in the next 5 years?
Well, I'm hopeful that inshallah, if things go the way we're projecting, in the next 5 years, we'll definitely be far ahead of where we are now. Because I'm convinced that within the university itself, we will definitely be far ahead of where we are now. This very institution was not like this 2 years ago. We started with a small corner, housed by the printing department, in one room or two-room premises. One was used for classroom, the other one was used for library, and another small room which was lent to serve as the office of the former coordinator. But today, you see a huge complex. This huge complex is dedicated to the Faculty of Law. There's a new complex coming up also to house the law clinic. You understand? Programs have been increased. Now we have added programs like mooching competitions. You see these cups. Our people travel across the world. Our students travel to Washington, D.C., to South Africa, to Benin, to The Hague, where the ICC, which is headed by Gambian, is sitting today. They contest with mighty universities from across the world, and they win awards. Achievement, these 2 years, only within these 2 years. You know, the same thing also applies to other faculties of the university. Now we have schools like programs like IT, communication, the medical school is improving, all other faculties are improving. The Faraba is on the way coming. So the same trend that we're seeing in the university, I'm saying I hope to see the same trend also in other sectors of the national economy. So I believe that in the next 5 years to come, Gambia becomes more developed. There'll be more infrastructural development. There'll be more important projects, and I hope that one of the important areas where I would like to see new development is the energy sector. And I hope the petroleum that we are expecting will be out. And then, inshallah, in the next 5 years to come, in all sectors of the economy, the currency, the how to call it, the GDP of Gambians, how to call it, people's purchasing powers. In other words, all sectors of the national economy will definitely be significantly enhanced. In other words, we are going to build on what we have achieved, and that's very important in governance and administration. It is important for you to appreciate your achievements and to know the challenges that you encounter during the process of making those achievements. Address the challenges and try to build upon what you have achieved. In other words, you have to move forward. Don't move downward. And that is what I'm expecting to happen, inshallah. We only pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help the President of the Republic, Professor Alhaji Yahya Abdulaziz Jammeh, the government of the Gambia, and the people of the Gambia to be protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Well, we remind you that you watching Season, welcome back. And if you look around, I don't think we really need to tell people where we are. Well, this year, the July 22nd celebrations fall within Ramadan, and that means it's likely to be a low-key profile thing.
Well, that's true. Because of the holy month of Ramadan, we went around to look at the reaction of people. What does 22nd July mean to them, and what do they expect in the upcoming years?
July 22nd, to me, is a sort of celebrating development in this country. But since the president took over up to date, July 22nd up to date, we have seen a lot of development in all sectors, ranging from education, agriculture, infrastructure, you name them. So it has brought a lot of changes, and it's worth celebrating. Yeah.
So what are your expectations, or where do you foresee the Gambia in the next 5 years?
As he normally mentioned, Gambia in the next 5 years, we are expecting a lot of development because demand is development oriented. We have seen in all these sectors, especially in school area. Now that we are they are even building the university. So if that one is completed, we are expecting a lot of graduates, from the university, a lot of development, Yeah, and then human capacity also.